Hello everyone. Last week we did simple RAG. This week we are going to read from PDF and do the question and answering part. Let's go and look at the question. Tell me about political engagement. So if I raise this request, it gives you the answer. So the answer is from this document. So this document, if I go into the code, let's look at the request response. So this is what it did. It searched top 3 documents. Then it got those documents. So this is the template I created. This is the documents, the top 3, and the question it is sending that as a request. And the response, it is using this one, token size for response, all these things, know your limits. And so basically simple thing. I'll walk you over the code later. So there's one more thing I want you to understand. So this is based on my query. Let me clear the log and go and do the advisor part with the advisor. So if I make a request, so when I use the advisor, if I go here and look at the request, right, this is the AI template. This is not my template. Getting this one and putting that given the context information and no prior knowledge, answer query. If the answer is not in the context, say you don't know, avoid statements like based on context and all those things. This is AI or the library generated templating. It gives the similar answer. It's just based on the our templating or the AI. I will walk you over the code so it becomes easy for you to understand. So what we are doing is loading this DB, putting it into the quadrant DB and finding the similar search, sending that in the context. We are just selecting top similar context and then getting the answer. So let me walk you through the code, the changes we did this week from last. What I did is added the library called Tika. That is to read the documents. Spring AI Tika document reader. If you go, you can read a lot of documents with this library. Added this one, and in the data loader what I did is added this method which loads PDF. So we did the string last time. Now you can load documents of any extension as long as that is supported by the library. So what I did here, read the document, got the document, chunk it into smaller size of 100 and then not maximum than 400, build the text, split it and put it into the vector DB. So that's loading part. So after loading, let's go the normal flow. Here I have code of conduct, and this is the same thing just with advisor and my own template, right? So let's go this route. If we go this route, there's no difference from last. I just added one more parameter question. This is just to accommodate the template change. I added this one and just fixed few things, but this is not required. This is based on your preference. So that's the only difference. Nothing changed here. We are creating the request, finding similar data, joining it to make one big data for answer, and then sending it over to the query so it answers based on that document. That's all we did. If we go to the advisor here, if I go to the service, what it is doing is it is making call to the different client which is configured in the jet configuration. So here I created a bean called retrieval augmentation advisor which has similar configuration, how many data to fetch and all those things here. The only thing here is we don't need to create the prompt template part. It has its own prompt template. It knows what to do, which we saw in the logs. And when you create the template, you just pass that advisor. Nothing different from this one, right? Just adding one more advisor. I just showed you different way to do it. If you have a specific requirement and you don't want the library created prompt, you can create your own template. Otherwise use this one. This eliminates the requirement to write a request, fetch the data, join it and send it. All those things are done by library itself. It's just to make things easier for us to understand RAG. Load the data, chunk the data into smaller pieces, put it into the vector database. Now based on business requirement, you can try to find how many similar data you want to fetch and then send it to the as a context, so it generates the appropriate answer or response that we need. So this is all for today. Bye.